Hello everyone, welcome back to Space Engineers. I have been busy working on a ship. It's still incomplete and a little boxier than I would like. I know the ship's not done yet, but they actually kind of fixed part of this in the update this week, which is the speed dropping from encounters. But I'm still having a little bit of an issue with that. There's a lot of things that have spawned near us, and I don't really feel like mining for a lot of things right now. So what the purpose of this ship is going to be is to head out to those wrecks, especially some of the pirate bases, because there's a lot of cargo on board, and going back and forth with one of my little ships takes too long. So this ship's got a large cargo bay. I might add a second one depending on how weight is. And the ship's going to fly out there with a salvage vessel, a little scrapper. I'll probably build one specifically for this ship that's a little bit bigger, because the ones that I have in the hangar here, were built a really long time ago when I was low on resources. We're still refining more than 1,000,000 kilograms of uranium need to be refined. So resources are a lot less of a problem than they were earlier, with some of our large-scale mining operations being successful and all that. But we still are using these ships, so I think at some point I will swap them out. Let's grab... Really, the only thing I want to grab is some uranium. You can see like 13.8 in each of the refineries, and then there's more than 1,000 K down there still to go. So let's grab up like 500 uranium to fuel the reactor on the other ship. Let's fire everything up here. And let's bring this thing with us. Now, I have not completed the docking bays on that ship. I think there's going to be a forward and a rear one. Well, that Doppler shift's weird. I don't usually play with headphones on unless I'm recording in this game. And I didn't realize there was such a Doppler shift for the klaxon and stuff. So it's got basically the same hangar bay in the front as the other ship does. The only difference being that it has these landing gear inside of it. And those are there so that I can recover wrecks or whatever small parts I don't want to break down, like maybe some what's it called, batteries and stuff like that, because I usually like to actually scrap those, like bring them intact and just use merge blocks to bring those back. But the bridge is up there right now. I'm kind of rethinking that. Let's take a look at the ship. So this is just the hangar door. It's identical to the other one. If we go downstairs, the central core of this ship is where the stairs all are. There's a hangar bay in the front and a landing platform right now in the back. We got our gyroscopes, a couple batteries. I have two of these large reactors on board. One of them is only one of them is actually powered right now. The other one is there as a reserve in case this uses more power than I think it will when it's fully loaded, because it has 4 large atmospheric thrusters that are going to provide the lift, and those use quite a lot of power. So we still have a nice opening here to outside. Have not finished that. This is going to either be the rear hangar or rear landing deck. I haven't really decided yet. The engines are only complete on this side, but it should be enough to get us over there. We have forward, back, side to side, and up and down. Well, up engines. I don't usually do down engines on a atmospheric ship. View from the hangar up here. We got a medical bay that isn't piped in yet, but I might as well heal up because I hurt myself falling. And I'm going to turn this ship on, and then we're going to have to go back outside and disengage the docking clamp on the pad, because I'm using those retractable landing gear, and they deploy kind of funny. So I put a docking arm basically on here, so we have like, I don't know, keel block or something like that. So I do not have action groups set up here yet. Let's go ahead and, just for simplicity's sake right now, put all of the thrusters on number 1. And I just want to see what these look like being retracted. Now they just turn on and off is what they do. So that's the landing gear. I don't think you can lock them when they're retracted. They turn off, and that makes them retract. So thrusters are on. Let's go downstairs and head out there and get that, what's it called, undone. Hopefully we can get this ship on its merry little way. It has not flown yet. I don't anticipate any problems with it. This base has actually been renamed Phoenix Base. So hopefully everything will not explode. Alright, she's sinking, but that's kind of to be expected because I'm not really up there managing it. Did it relock? It relocked. I'm going to turn off auto lock. That's slightly annoying. Auto lock off, unlock. And it's down on its own gear. Good. The ship is named the Reclaimer, I have decided also, since it's reclaiming stuff. I feel like we're listing. Alright, let's get this bucket in the air here if we can. She accelerates pretty well. Does not accelerate forward very well, but again, it only has 3 thrusters online in the back. Or, yeah, just 3. So I wasn't expecting a lot. I'm probably going to put a total of 9 forward and back, and then, I mean, it's not really built for speed. It's just going to be traveling out to these wrecks and collecting stuff, so speed is not critical. Let's see what those landing gear look like if we retract them. Oh yeah, much better. I think I'm going to start putting those on everything, as long as they're not glitchy. We'll see how well they actually perform in real world scenario. Now I should probably bring a mining ship out here as well, because a lot of these wrecks are halfway buried in ice, and in order to clear them out, I either have to use explosives or mine them. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be scuttling things or not. It looks like our power consumption is just fine, so that's good. Of course, we're not under any sort of weight load right now, but 41% is not that bad. If I have to, I'll add another battery or 2 to basically act as a capacitor while we're out and about. Now it should stop quite a bit faster because the reverse thrusters, more of them are complete. I have 5 of those online, so should be a little better. This feels all nice and smooth. I'm used to flying that big, bulky mining ship. This one feels a little bit more, I don't know, just a little bit more maneuverable. It has a lot less cargo stuff on board. Now the defenses are not online yet, so that's a little bit of a concern, but I figure there's not going to be another pirate base right out here, I would not think, because we just took this one out. Alright, it's taking a little longer to stop than I thought. I'm just going to do a flyby here, I guess. I should probably slap some solar panels on the top of this. It could probably do a lot of the charging just while it's sitting out on the deck here. This ship's mainly just going to be ferrying cargo around, and that's about it. It's going to sit parked most of the time. Let's get those landing gear deployed. Oh, they come down fast. Let's see that again. Up and down. Cool. What's the view like from in the cockpit? Now, unfortunately, this console, I would like to have a little bit more. I'm going to have to rework this because I'd like to have a little bit more vision of the ground here. It's not great. I need to do something like put this on a platform of glass and use a different cockpit or something like that. Because it would be nice to be able to actually fly this from inside the cockpit view a little bit more, but right now that's just not very practical with the view that I have. It does seem like they fixed the sim speed with the encounters quite a bit. Because I was getting like 32 frames and I'm up to like 54 now. Yeah, I think this bridge, I think what I'll probably end up doing is extend it out another block or 2 out in forward section of the ship so that it's a little bit of a flying bridge or something like that. I don't know what you'd really call it, but so basically I think I'm going to take this base down to the ground. So it's going to involve unloading all that cargo, which means I'm going to have to figure out how to transfer the cargo. I'm not going to dock. I think I'm going to probably park, if I can, underneath that connector there and have it eject into a collector would probably be the wise thing to do. I'm just not a big fan of having stuff like that dock up big things like this. In space it doesn't bother me as much, but on the ground with landing gear and all that stuff, it's just a bit scary still. I'm sure it'd be fine. It seems like that stuff's all improved a lot, but I am still paranoid. So let's see how close we can get safely here. It's a little hard to tell my distance. We're still pretty far away. Ideally, maybe this will, the landing dock thing will fit right underneath and we can just dump stuff. Maybe I will put a docking connector on too. I have not decided. It's hard to make these ships at this particular scale not feel boxy because they're large ships, but they're not like large ships, so they always come out a little boxy. But that's just fine. This is just kind of a bulk freighter kind of design anyway. All right, how close are we to having that? That lines up pretty good. If the camera would cooperate, it's almost like I know what I'm doing or something. Cool beans. I think that will do. So, are we down all the way on all landing gears? Engines off. Landing gear locked. Let's go see how this all worked out. And I think I'm just going to finish building the ship out here where there will be a little less stutter because we're not right on top of the other ship and all that stuff. It should be a little bit smoother and nicer out here. Yeah, it's not too terrible. If it wasn't for that little angle coming too close there, it'd be lined up perfectly. I might move this chute around and stuff and figure this out. But we could back right in. That might be the way to go. Alright, let's go see. I forgot what actually was on this base. First things first. Let's shut down most of the stuff. Like refineries do not need to be on. They're just making a lot of excessive noise that I don't need. I don't need these things. Interior light antenna mast. What does that even mean? There must be lights up on the antenna mast, I guess is what it means. And this thing, as far as I recall, had a decent amount of cargo. Yeah, it's got like, I used a couple of the blocks, but it's got like 10,000 steel plates and ooh, explosives. Not too shabby. The missiles are going to be nice to have as well. So I guess we'll just start the scrapping process here. Kind of feel like, I don't know. I don't know why I have an attachment to this base. Maybe it could be salvaged and turned into like a little point here, but it's only 6 kilometers away from my main base. That's a little close. I don't really need another base right out here on the ice. Although it might make a nice hydrogen processing station. I could build a small mining ship to just go grab hydrogen, because I'm going to have to build some hydrogen shuttles, and that big one, although it works, is a bit much for schlepping stuff around. Are there any more wrecks out here? I thought I saw one. Guess not. Those bushes all look weird. Well, yeah, there was one that crashed there, you can clearly tell. It's kind of funny how deformed the terrain gets as you get battles going. The landscape does not look so nice anymore. Did we sink into the ground, or is that just uneven? Yeah, the ground's just uneven, I think. I've been having this weird problem where the downwash from the thrusters doesn't stop even when the thrusters are off sometimes. It's peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. Yeah, that might look better if I add another cargo bay and extend this rear deck out. A little more balanced. I haven't really been able to see it from this far away. One of the reasons I don't usually record me doing designs is because I kind of tear things down a million times, and it's a very time-consuming process. Yeah, that probably would look better if it went out a little bit more. I was looking at pictures of real-life salvage ships, And they're always a little bit awkward looking in actual life anyway, so I'm alright with it looking a little bit funkadelic. Well, let's get out to the hangar and start stripping this thing down, I guess. Alright, so I'm just gonna work on this. Be back. Alright, so I've returned from grinding down that, whoa, lag spike like crazy for some reason. That's weird. It's probably the unloading. Oh my god. I'm gonna hope this just comes on. Well, anyway, I am unloading the ship right now. Did it calm down? Yeah, it caught up. Yeah, it did. Okay. I have no idea what that was about. Anyway, I ground down that pirate base. It's gone now. We're unloading all the equipment we got from it. It almost filled up the cargo container on this thing. This side of the ship is more or less finalized, I think, at this point. I think this is kind of what I'm going to be going for. And I put up the name and everything. So I added a third engine. I'm going to do the same on the other side, a third lift engine, because we were kind of maxing out the engines, so we're probably going to need to turn on the second reactor like I thought I might have to do. I'm going with these landing gear instead. These ones are cool, but for this particular design, for the ground clearance I want and stuff, basically, like, I can't really have this retract because there's not, it would make the ship bulkier than I want it to be. So I'm gonna let this just deal with its unloading here. Hopefully I can let it be and it won't crash everything. What is that, magazine floating around there for some reason? Let's see if I can. Sometimes stuff does not go in these things correctly. I don't really know why. Did it finish? I think it finished. There. It finished. I feel like I should be able to walk through those landing gear, but of course there's a collision thing there. So let's swap out our hydrogen tank real quick here. I'm gonna have to go get ice. Running low. And I'm gonna go turn off that ejector while I'm thinking of it, because otherwise I will have problems. I think I'm gonna build a dedicated docking bay for this ship over on the other side. Probably, I think there's going to end up being one more ship similar to this. It's going to be my shuttle for bringing cargo up to space when we get to that point. Because a space station is definitely, like, a small one that's going to be more of a shipyard, I guess. It's definitely in the future for us. Now, as far as this goes, did I rearm this? I want to go out on a scouting mission. Let's grab a couple of rockets, and I want to go take down that turret that we did not take down yet. And then I want to go just kind of fly around a little bit and pick our next target, since we've dealt with unloading all that crap. I'm just gonna spend a little while. I won't record it all, just finishing up the ship and grinding down. That's right, they're called missiles. Grinding down the remaining stuff in our immediate area, anything that we don't have to go fight anything for. There's a ship up the hill. There's a couple of ships right near us that can all be ground down without too much trouble. That is so loud when I'm wearing headphones. Why? Okay, cockpit. Alright. So first of all, let's go ahead and safety's on, just out of carefulness here. I've never really flown over this way. There's a lot of this planet I haven't really explored that much. Let's get a little altitude going here and just try to see if we can see anything. Now, I think I kind of want to get a communication station going at some point, and I've thought about putting it on top of this mountain, but that mountain is actually tall enough that I think it's beyond the safe lifting capacity for my shuttles that I have right now with atmospheric thrusters. So if we do build a comm station up there, I think I'm thinking about putting laser antennas on stuff and relaying stuff so we can, because that would get us a lot closer to space. I could have a receiver on the space station and get remote control blocks going for everything and all that. Let's see what I wonder what the ceiling is for this thing. I feel like we're kind of getting there. Yeah, I've never really explored any of these valleys and stuff. I'm a little bit curious just because of going to space. Now that we have a lot more resources, I really don't mind flying around. Wow, the batteries on this thing need to be charged. Okay, we're not going to go too far then. I'm going to fly around this mountain. Is it too high for me to fly up here? It'd be a shame if I had to bring use a hydrogen thrusted thing to build a little comm station up here. Oh my god, I think the game crashed. Alright, let's try that flight again there without the game crashing this time, hopefully. I'm just gonna go deal with the turret that we had a problem with before. Alright, seriously, what is up with this cockpit? I'm gonna end up missing my door being open because I can't get in the damn ship. Alright. Let's head on over to wherever that turret was. Weapons on safe. Looks like we got a pirate base there. Let's take a moment here. We have 2 pirate bases that are still operational nearby. That's kind of concerning. Is that another one? No, that's the same one. I'm gonna get a little altitude here. See if we can see anything. Infinity is the one that has the active turret. Maybe we'll go scout out one of these pirate bases. Don't really like that the 2 of these are so close. I feel like I'm gonna end up spawning drones from both if I'm not careful. So let's swing out this way. That base is non-operational. I'm hoping we'll get a bigger base out of this at some point. I don't have a ton of battery power. I need to build a charger for this. Is that the base? Yeah. Alright, let's stop for a moment. We got another seemingly identical base. Those 2 are so close to each other. That's weird. And pirate base. Pirate base. There are a lot of pirates. This thing's a little overeager in its spawning of pirates, in my opinion. Glad all these pirates weren't here when I was trying to secure this planet for the first time. I wish I had a camera on this thing so I could get a look at that. Well, let's go take out... Oh, did I just turn off the battery? I totally did. That's not what I meant to do at all. Good thing we had altitude. Altitude is a pilot's best friend when you're an idiot. Alright, there is a turret somewhere on this ship that we were unable to destroy before. Is that the turret? I thought there was a turret. Oh, there's a turret. Oh god, he's got me bad. What the hell is it? I feel like I'm losing a lot of altitude here. And I still didn't see the damn turret. Alright, I think both of my guns got taken out, unfortunately. Where the hell is this damn turret? Oh god. Is it down? really hard to tell. That was long enough ago that I kind of forgot where the turret even was. I think it was on the far side of this ship. What is shooting at me? A drone? I didn't even realize we got close enough for the drones to be after me. We got one of his engines, I think. Oh, I can see the muzzle flashes from that thing now. That's not very helpful, though. Alright, I really feel like my lift engines got taken out here. Let's get some range. That did not go well. Hopefully the guns are online back at the base. Alright, so I don't want to be salvaging that ship yet anyway, because there are pirates afoot. Rocket launchers are both online, but that doesn't do any good. Yeah, we still have a Gatling gun online, I guess. Let's do another pass at this ship. Looks like there might be another drone incoming. I think I want to get out of here. The conveyor must have been taken out. It's out of ammo. Alright, we're going home. That was not very successful. I need to put a manual Gatling on this thing somewhere too. The turrets are nice because I can fire missiles and have Gatling, but I feel like I could probably use the assist of a manual, not an assist, like a manual Gatling. Now, there are no guns on the Venture. Well, there are guns on the Venture, but they're not online, and there are no guns on the Reclaimer yet. So hopefully the Reclaimer is not blocking the shot of those turrets, because it looks like we have some drone friends that are deciding to chase us down here. Those damn pirate bases, there's just a ton of them. Well, once we get this drone situation dealt with, I'm going to just park this thing. It's almost out of power anyway. I'm going to do a few upgrades to it, I think, to give it a little more... I really need to build like a heavy fighter. This was really only intended to be a scout ship. Like fast and small and fairly maneuverable. But I think I need something that can kind of slug it out a little bit better with some of that stuff. Because this thing is always just coming back a flaming wreck. Well, we didn't lose it. That's what's important, I guess. We can repair it. Really need to get an automated repair center up and running as well. Alright, we're gonna have to do a little bit of a combat landing here, I think. Now the drones are far behind if they're coming at all. Maybe they'll attack that other ship. They are in different factions. I think they were fighting. Alright, let's see. Do we have a drone incoming? Stinging adversary is definitely incoming. Not going to get this bird in the air again to deal with it either, and it's going to be making it run right towards the Venture. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't have enough turrets online on this place. Alright, well, I doubt I have landing gear left. This thing accelerates kind of quick. So we'll just set her down, power off, and you can just sit there on fire, I guess. I would like to kind of put the fire out if I could. Because that's going to just bother me, having that fire raging for no real reason. Alright, grab... I don't know what that thing needs. It probably needs some of that. It needs... I don't know what it needs. Construction components, I'm sure. Everything always needs construction components. I don't really care if it's fixed. I just want the fire to go out, please. More construction components and steel plates, and we'll get the fire out. Well, that was a good fact-finding mission. At least we found out there's nonsense afoot out there. Alright, let's go see what's going on with this stupid drone. It's almost here. Please don't hurt the Venture. Oh man, I have other ships out here on the undefended dock as well. Let's get this bird in the air at least. Make it a little bit less likely to get shot. We can watch the fight from here maybe too. Is it the only drone coming? That's the base. Yeah, I think it's the only drone incoming. Alright, light him up. Oh god, what's the drone crashing into? It's gonna overshoot. I think it's gonna overshoot and not hit. Yeah. It's gonna land right on my hangar if it keeps this up. Or hit the salvage ship. Oh. Space engineers, you're cruel sometimes. Well, I guess I have some repair work to do before we take this thing off. What is that? Oh, that's just like more wreckage, I guess. I thought it was ice. I was like, why does this thing have ice on it? Oh, yeah, I guess a little bit of repair work to do before we... There's debris in the hangar. Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to clear this up and get out salvaging stuff again.